This is my second time doing this, so I'm still very nervous, but I'm wearing my Dexter shirt, so I plan on killing tonight. Earlier today I was masturbating, which I do quite often, and I'll be demonstrating why over the course of the next 5 minutes. So I was watching some porno, and just as I'm about to come, the video scans up to the guy's face as he's coming, and he makes eye contact with me, and then he gives me this look of disapproval, like, really? Again? And that's the closest I've ever felt to God. The point of that story is that I don't need that guy in my porn. Like, he can have his dick, but I don't need that guy, because I'm that guy, you know? And I'm not being, I'm not like smacking you around and shit. I'm really nice. I'm like petting your hair, and I'm just totally respecting your mouth. Totally respecting your mouth. So, I never had a dad growing up, because he left when I was young, so I never had a man around to teach me that talking about having a threesome with your parents is not socially acceptable in casual conversation. But I like to imagine that if I did have a dad, he'd be really compassionate, and he'd teach me things. He'd rest his hand on my shoulder and say, "That's the stroke. You can see the pleasure in your mother's eyes." My dad was an asshole, and if he stuck around, he'd still be an asshole. He'd be all overly critical. You need to work out, you need to stretch more, you're never gonna make your mom come like that. Y'all ever notice how urban people, you know what I'm saying? Urban people is like this, you know what I'm saying? But non-urban people are like this. You know what I'm saying? Urban people are just very lax with their conjugation of the verb to be. Oh, this is a life pro tip that I've discovered recently. If you're ever taking a shower and you realize that you have to poo, instead of, like we all do, just pooing over the drain and then smashing it in with your toes, you can just poo into your hand and throw it into the toilet. It's way easier when you're in the shower. Just wash your hands.
Joe.
Ladies, this is one for y'all. If you happen to have an abnormally large clitoris, please disclose that before you give me a blowjob, and I feel obligated to go down on you, because that's a surprise. Okay, 'cause that's what happened to me. And so I'm going down on this girl with an abnormal, this thing is like the size of a lumberjack's thumb. It's fucking huge. And so I'm going off on it. And she's about to come, rears back and squirts all over my forehead. As it's dripping down over my eyes, it kind of goes in my mouth a little bit. And right as I have the distinct thought of, wow, this tastes a lot like semen, I notice that she's rearing back. It's definitely an Adam's apple. And just in case you're wondering how I know what the taste of semen is, I'm not fucking gay, I recycle my own. Okay? And if you don't recycle your own, it's fucking wasteful, because there's a lot of protein in there, good nutrients, very wasteful. Think about the people in Africa. Right now, South Africa, there are people that are lower upper class that can barely afford a good whip. All right, last joke of the night. You guys like dead baby jokes? Yes! So there's this dead baby, and it's lying in a pool of its own blood, right? It's got a big crater inside of its head, and you can tell that it sat there and suffered for a while because there's 2 streaks of tears cutting through the blood. And still working on a punchline for that, so that should be good.
Michael Schaller.